Just side puts it back into his path. And Tyler Roberts dispossessed by a good challenge on the edge of the penalty area from Ben Osborne.
Yeah, the game's starting to open up now. There's a lot more space starting to develop on the pitch, and with the scoreline being 0-0 and the amount of goals that Leeds United have scored in this opening 2 games of Premier League, I think Chris Wilder will be satisfied with the scoreline at the minute.
Yeah, they kept chances to a premium, haven't they? Here's Dallas, though, trying to change that. 15 yards inside Sheffield United territory. Cleek thought about maybe getting an early shot away. Instead, he rolls it into the path of Dallas, who continued to come forward. Dallas with a shot, scoops it towards the top corner, and a flying save from Ramsdale.
Well, we've seen 2 great saves in this opening 37 minutes. 3 great saves. Ramsdale's second of the game. It was a wonderful bit of play by Stuart Dallas. There's a left back. Here's a left back ending right in the middle of the 18-yard box, and the early outside of the foot right.
When the 2 benches might come into play. Leeds, of course, making that half-time change, bringing on Rodrigo for Roberts. Sheffield United have attacking options in the form of Ollie McBurney, their leading goal scorer from last season, and Billy Sharp. McBurney was born in Leeds, incidentally. That would be a storybook ending to the afternoon if he was to come on and make an impact. The offside flag is up against David McGoldrick, so it's going to be a free kick for Leeds.
Well, I think we are going to see some early substitutions for Sheffield United. Of course, Chris Wilder will be happy with the 0 in the goals against column, but in an attacking sense, the 2 centre forwards, McGoldrick and Oliver Burke, they don't look like they can really connect with each other.
I don't think there's been a 0-0 in the Premier League yet this season, is there?
I can't recollect one.
Bamford trying to flick it forward, looking for Helder Costa, who made a good run on the right hand side this time. Cleek keeps it in play over on the far touchline, and then comes infield onto his left foot. Rodrigo can't hold it up, but Cleek's won it back again. Here's Dallas, who thought about the shot, rolls it to the left hand side. Harrison back to Dallas again. Bamford's made a good run in the middle. It's over his head and flicked out of play in the end by Stevens for a corner.
Yeah, done well there into Stevens. It was a lovely little ball to the back post there from Dallas. He just opened his body, recognised that Helder Costa was just about to volley at the back post, but great defending by the wing back for Sheffield United.
Leeds have their 3rd corner of the afternoon. It's going to be taken over on the right hand side by Phillips once more. Deep one. Bamford gets up for the header. The whistle blown. It's going to be a free kick. Bamford couldn't get the header on target anyway. The free kick taken quickly by Aaron Ramsdale in a hurry to get Sheffield United forward, but there was nobody anywhere near the penalty area, and it's collected by Meslier.
Strange decision by the goalkeeper there. Not too sure what he saw.
It was a bit too much of a hurry, wasn't he? One change for Tottenham, by the way. From their 5-2 win at Southampton, Giovanni Lo Celso comes in place of Tanguy and Ndombele. Very attacking Spurs line-up. 3 alterations for Newcastle. They were beaten 3-0 at home by Brighton last time out. Here comes Oliver Burke. Gives it away on the edge of the Leeds area. Jamal Lewis and Alan Saint-Maximin both injured. Andy Carroll drops the bench. Matt Ritchie, Miguel Almiron and Joe Ellington are the players who come in. That game coming up live at 2 o'clock, immediately after we're finished at Bramall Lane. Leeds have a throw, and Stevens nodding it clear midway inside the Sheffield United half. Ender Stevens, who started every game for Sheffield United since they won promotion to the Premier League. It wasn't that long ago I was watching him playing League 2 for Portsmouth. It's been quite the rise for the Irishman.
As it has for a lot of these Sheffield United players. You know, they've all come through the leagues. You know, many of them have not been, you know, recognised Premier League players, and Stevens has had an exceptional last 3 or 4 years.
And it's Luke Ayling over the halfway line for Leeds. Helder Costa does well to keep it in play. And then sliding in was Robinson to concede a throw. Robinson playing on the left-hand side of that back 3 for Sheffield United. Got a good outlet, Helder Costa.
He has, he's a threat, isn't he? He likes space in front of him as well, and he makes things happen. He had a fantastic volley about 5 or 10 minutes ago.
Scored a couple of goals last week as well. In comes the throw. It's launched into the area, cleared away by a sliding Robinson. This is Calvin Phillips now for Leeds United. Ayling towards the penalty area, tries the 1-2 with Bamford, who actually gets it back. Bamford on the edge of the area after a block by Basham. Here now is Harrison trying to run at Baldock, trying to get the cross into the area. Well blocked by Baldock. It will be a throw. Leeds beginning to build up a head of steam here, you feel. Phillips goes back towards the halfway line, and Liam Cooper still goalless on Premier League Live. Cock with the ball forward into the area, looking for Harrison, brings it down neatly. Harrison couldn't get his shot away. He's got Dallas bursting forward in support. Low ball, stooping header clear by Ampadu, only as far as Cleek exchanging passes with Rodrigo on the edge of the area, and then showed too much of it to Robertson, who slides and pokes it clear, and I think he caught Cleek. He stays down. Elder Costa into the penalty area, ignoring his stricken teammate, and Cleek back to his feet, shoots, and held onto by Ramsdale. Made a miracle recovery there, didn't he, Cleek? 1 minute he was down and out, the next minute he was getting a shot at goal.
It's incredible, isn't it? You know, Lazarus, he was rolling around about 5 or 6 times. I think he was trying to buy a yellow card or a red card potentially. It was a strong tackle by Robinson, but it was a clear tackle, and he just, I don't like that. I really don't like that, you know, from a professional, where he tries to get somebody else sent off or yellow carded, and then he's straight back on his feet. It's poor by Cleek.
Here's Rodrigo into the feet of Phillips. Cleek trying to link up with Rodrigo again. Stepping in this time was Robinson. They can't clear their lines, and here is Bamford on the edge of the penalty area. Can he get a shot off here? Bamford rounds the defender, shoots towards the near post. Punched clear by Ramsdale, and Leeds have a corner. Ramsdale called into action once more.
Yeah, Sheffield United just got caught on the edge of the box. I think it was Ben Osborne. Good ratting on the edge of the box by Calvin Phillips, and shown a bit of pace there, Bamford, onto his lesser dominant foot, but he made the goalkeeper work. And again, that's just another example of Bamford, I suppose, getting them 3 or 4 chances.
And the angle was tight. Here's a corner though, and Leeds United, as in the first half, certainly dictating the pace of the game early in this second period. Phillips with a corner, left-footed delivery. Ramsdale does well, jumps in the air and catches the ball cleanly.
It's a great take by your goalkeeper, under pressure, coming through men, 5 or 6 bodies in front of him. Real strong take by this.
Here's McGoldrick at the other end. Not seen too much of him in the second half so far. He's into Oliver Burke, who couldn't bring the ball under his spell inside the D on the edge of the penalty area, and Cooper will clear it for Leeds. Real cat and mouse game at the moment. Sheffield United content, it seems, to let Leeds dominate the ball and just try and soak up the pressure and hit them on the counter attack. Here is Dallas down the left hand side, the Northern Ireland international. The outside of the foot can't find Rodrigo. Sander Berg now for Sheffield United, pokes it forward to Osborne. This is McGoldrick just on the edge of the centre circle. Out to the right he goes, and the ever willing Baldock forced a good save from Meslier in the first half. Baldock cross, the Northern Ireland international throw by Cooper. As Sheffield United start to warm up 1 or 2 of their subs, Ollie McBurney just being put through his paces. Leeds ball. Here's Basham though. Basham with a cross towards McGoldrick. Really good defending by Ayling. Came all the way across and stopped McGoldrick getting a shot away. Here's Dallas surging forwards, and he's been tripped there. I think we can see a yellow card for John Lundstrom. Wasn't a stranger to the inside of a referee's notepad last season, Lundstrom, and he picks up a booking here. Cynical challenge.
It was, yeah. Just seeing Dallas getting away from him. Probably the clearest yellow card you'll see all season by John Lundstrom. They had a chance there, Sheffield United. Really well developed set play.
The second booking of the afternoon, 1 apiece now. Hasn't been a blood and thunder derby. Maybe the lack of a crowd has contributed to that. Here is David McGoldrick deep inside the Sheffield United half. Away to our left as we look. Just skewed the ball into touch for a Leeds throw.
And I think that's what the fans bring to the games like this. You know, we was hoping for a little bit more of a high adrenaline game by a few more tackles and confrontations maybe, but we've not seen that.
Cooper's clearing straight to Sander Berg, and here now is Ben Osborne for Sheffield United into the path of McGoldrick. A little flick from him back to Osborne again. Now coming down the right hand side is Basham, right corner of the 18-yard box. He's got Phillips for company, plays it back to Osborne. Baldock well forward, switches play onto his left foot and then rolls it into the penalty area. Burt with a back heel to Lundstrom. Leeds defending manfully at the moment. Sheffield United try and pick their way through. Baldock down the line to Ender Stevens. Stevens with a chance to shoot left-footed, and again Meslier watched it all the way and goes down low to his left-hand side and makes the save.
They've done well there, Sheffield United, on the edge of the box, just on this right side. Loads of little combination play, small passes into each other, culminating in a real strong left-footed shot by Ender Stevens.
Good goalkeeping again from Meslier. He's been on point so far this afternoon, the young Frenchman. Rodrigo with a header into the path of Phillips, who under pressure gives it away. Picked up by Stevens on the halfway line. Forward it goes from Robinson. Osborne trying to turn away from his opposite number 23 Phillips. Wants a throw in. Referee and assistant decided it didn't go out of play, and then there's another foul. This time on Phillips by Osborne. Leeds have a free kick a yard inside their own half of the field.
It's quite a good little battle that's going on between them two, staying really close to each other. Osborne's the most advanced midfielder for Sheffield United, and with Phillips being more of a holder for Leeds, they're coming into contact quite a bit.
He only started 6 Premier League games last season, Ben Osborne, all in the final 7 matches post-lockdown. One of the 3 changes that Chris Wilder made from that defeat against Aston Villa. Or Meslier there, really putting himself under pressure and almost passing it straight to Oliver Burke.
Well, showing some calmness there, didn't he, the young goalkeeper?
Well, he almost undid all his good work, but he did make the clearance and now plays it short to the edge of the area. Robin Koch, as Ayling scoops it forward, right-footed. Oh, mistake in the back line. There's a chance here, and it's goalwards, and it's off the line by Basham. What an opportunity for Leeds United. Stuart Dallas couldn't quite generate enough purchase on the shot to turn it into the empty net. Basham gets back to clear from underneath the crossbar. Here's Ayling now.
A flailing Ramsdale, and he just didn't connect right with it, did he, Stuart Dallas? He's kind of kicked it into the floor, and it's given Basham that opportunity. I thought Basham was going to slip before he connected with the ball on the touchline.
62 minutes played. Sheffield United 0, Leeds 0, but Leeds knocking on the door in this second half, and their player of the year from last season, Stuart Dallas, maybe should have rolled them in front after a defence-splitting pass and a slip back there that allowed him through on goal. In fairness, Ramsdale was quickly off his line and forced Dallas wide. Basham didn't give up on it and managed to clear it away. He's covered every blade of grass, Stuart Dallas. I had to do a double take there in my notes to make sure it was him. The left back attacking from the right-hand side of the penalty area. Phillips with a long ball forward. Rodrigo trying to win the header. He does so, but just nods it from 20 yards into the arms of Aaron Ramsdale. Looks like some action on the Sheffield United bench just at the moment. Chris Wilder readying his first change. Is that Oliver Norwood?
Yeah, it looks to be. Midfielder's definitely going to come on, perhaps a bit more of an aggressor in there, perhaps sniffs a little bit of blood here. Chris Wilder.
Lundstrom, good ball forward looking for McGoldrick, wins the header, but much like at the other end, and Rodrigo nods it straight into the arms of Meslier.
The distance between Burke and McGoldrick when it gets fired into one of them is so far apart. They've got to start connecting a little bit closer together.
I suppose it's a partnership that's going to take a bit of time to gel. Oliver Burke having signed recently from West Bromwich Albion. Callum Robinson going the other way, and of course helping himself to a couple of goals yesterday. Phillips playing it back towards his own penalty area, and McGoldrick there putting Ayling under pressure. Didn't need to push him in the back. I think Ayling was struggling anyway, and McGoldrick's conceded the foul.
It's a cheap free kick, wasn't it, by McGoldrick?
Here comes Oliver Norwood. Started every game bar one last season. The Northern Ireland international replaces John Lundstrom, who is on a yellow card. Maybe that's coming to Chris Wilder's thinking. It's the first Sheffield United change of the afternoon. Of course, unlike post-lockdown, back to the usual 3 subs allowed. Bielsa thoughtful inside the technical area. We're entering the territory, Sean, where it's going to take a mistake or a moment of brilliance to separate these two teams.
Yeah, I think you're right. Perhaps a substitution as well. You know, we'll be looking at some centre forwards coming on in Shaw for Sheffield United perhaps in the next 5 or 6 minutes. But Norwood comes on and he changes the dynamics of this midfield.
Sander Berg coming forward to the edge of the Leeds penalty area, out to the right hand side of Bulldog. Here is Sander Berg. Stevens tries to play it forward. It's intercepted by Dallas, who was then tripped on the edge of the area, and it will be a free kick now for Leeds United. 65 on the clock, 0-0 here on Premier League Live, the first of 4 commentaries from the Premier League this afternoon coming up shortly. Spurs against Newcastle, Richard Wolfenden and Kevin Watson, the former Tottenham player, your commentary team. At 4:30, Toby Gillis and Kit Simons will be calling the action as Manchester City host Leicester. Should be goals in that one. And then West Ham Wolves at 7 o'clock. Andrew Self and Hogan of Thrame will be your team at the London Stadium, rounding off a bumper Sunday afternoon. Your back heel forward from Dallas, linking up neatly on the left hand side with Harrison. He's still going here. Dallas crosses into the area, and the header from Rodrigo is wide.
It's a great play by Stuart Dallas, isn't it? You know, you're right, he's covered every single blade of grass here this afternoon. Starts with a fantastic flick, ends up as a winger. Brilliant balling, and Rodrigo will be slightly disappointed he didn't connect better with the cross. It's a great cross in the end.
Had a spell on loan at Bolton Wanderers, Rodrigo, earlier in his career. 1 goal in 17 in the Premier League for them. He's a 1-in-4 man, really. The £27 million signing from Valencia, Leeds' most expensive buy since Rio Ferdinand from West Ham back in the day. Going to see another change here. Helder Costa has been replaced by Poveda for Leeds. Ivan Poveda, the 20-year-old recruited from Manchester City over the course of the summer transfer window. So Bielsa once again going to his bench for the final quarter of the game. Still 0-0. Both goalkeepers at the moment producing stellar performances. Do you know much about Ivan Poveda, Sean?
I don't actually know. Of course, you know, any young player coming out of Manchester City, especially when you go on to a loan like a Leeds United or, you know, sign for clubs of this stature, they must think very highly of them.
It's his Premier League debut. A bit of footwork there from Dallas to get away from Sander Berg, and was then fouled on halfway by Bulldog. Absolutely furious with the referee Tierney, but it's going to be a yellow card for Bulldog, and you can see again the pitch cutting up there as he slid in. It was a genuine attempt to play the ball. He may even have got something on the ball, Sean.
Absolutely, and it's right in front of the 4th official as well, Alex, which frustrates you so much as a player. You know, you want everybody to work together as a team, and the referee's got caught the wrong side, but the 4th official's right in front of him. Surely can help him out there. It was a clear tackle, a great tackle.
One that you'd have been proud of back in your heyday.
Back in the day, Alex, back in the day.
Free kick played towards the Sheffield United penalty area, nodded forward once again by Ayling. And here is Poveda trying to get involved right away after coming on. Still has it corner of the penalty area, Poveda. Looked for Rodrigo inside that 18-yard box. It's cleared by Basham. Chris Basham scored the only goal the last time these two met at Ellen Road in the Championship. He's had a good game at the heart of a much changed Sheffield United defence due to the suspension of Egan and the injury to O'Connell. As Rodrigo picks up possession on halfway again for Leeds, still dictating the ball but unable to find a way through. They might do now. Poveda tries to cut it back, having been fed by Ayling down the right hand side. Couldn't quite pick out green and black shirt, and Sander Berg should clear it away for Sheffield United. He's just caught Dallas there. He's still going, Sander Berg. Hurdles the tackle from Bamford, and then with the outside of the foot plays it into Osborne. Osborne here up against Ayling. Can he get a shot off? He does. It's well blocked by Cooper, and then Rodrigo stooping nods it back to Ayling, and Leeds will clear again, and maybe will come forward on the counter. Rodrigo into the feet of Phillips. Here is Cleek. He's got Bamford ahead of him. Cleek. Harrison bursting forward on the overlap. Comes infield for Rodrigo instead. Left-footed effort. I think caught a Sheffield United defender, Ampadu, in the face there. The referee has to stop play. It was a brave block, getting in the way of the shot from Rodrigo. Good counter-attack, Sean Derry.
It was. It came from a brilliant break from Calvin Phillips. He's just handed it over. I'm just looking at this shot by Rodrigo. He's really caught Ampadu clear in the face, hasn't it? But it's fallen again inside the 18-yard box to Poveda, who's just come on, and he'll be upset that perhaps the referee didn't let it go, but that's the rules, Alex, isn't it?
Yeah, if a player goes down with any kind of head injury, you have to stop play immediately. Not any option really for Paul Tierney. 0-0 the score, 20 minutes remaining in this one, as Ampadu is down receiving treatment. Which manager's going to twist here for the final 20 minutes of the game and try and turn 1 point into 3?
I still think it's, with 20 odd minutes to go with this game, I still think there's a room for a centre forward change for Sheffield United. I can't see how the two centre forwards at this moment in time, Burke and McGoldrick, can only last this 90 minutes.
Ampadu looking rather groggy, still sat down inside the penalty area. Of course, if there's any suggestion that he is concussed, then he will have to come off. Billy Sharp is going through his stretching exercises, suggests that his arrival may be imminent from the Sheffield United bench. Ampadu looks like he should be okay to continue. Still a bit dazed and confused though. The Chelsea loanee, who spent last season on loan at Leipzig over in Germany, didn't play many games though. Player who has long been talked about as a future star, the Welsh international.
He's just settled into this back three for Sheffield United, and looks very composed on the ball, doesn't he?
Well, maybe Chris Wilder was listening to you, Sean, because I think Billy Sharp's arrival is imminent, stripped and ready to come on.
If there's one performer on the bench today who would be absolutely biting to get on this pitch, it would be Billy Sharp, wouldn't it?
Forward it goes by Leeds United, headed clear by Robinson, who landed awkwardly, but he's back on his feet now. It's going to be a throw-in for Leeds, just inside the Sheffield United half. We're listening to Premier League Live. Sheffield United 0, Leeds 0. Calvin Phillips strokes it out to the right-hand side and wins it back on halfway. Sheffield United having initially made the clearance. Here is Robin Koch, plays it along that back line to Liam Cooper. It's an old-fashioned 4-4-2 now from Leeds United. Don't see that too often, do you, in the Premier League in 2020?
Well, you don't, and I suppose, you know, you talk about this master that Marcelo Bielsa is, and probably not recognised as a 4-4-2 man, is he?
I'm sure that's on his CV.
But I'm sure he'd have worked on it at certain moments in training as well, because he is that technician, isn't he?
Phillips has a good ball into the centre circle, and Dallas comes over halfway and then out to the left hand side, and Harrison plenty queuing up for the cross in the middle. Harrison opts to try and take on Bulldog. Left footed delivery, good ball towards Bamford, couldn't quite get there. Good defending in the end actually by Ender Stevens, just making it difficult for Bamford to get on the end of the cross. Here is Poveda. They're putting plenty of balls now into the penalty area, Leeds United. Cleek teeing up Ayling, right corner of the 18-yard box, into Rodrigo, tries the back heel, poke clear by the sliding Norwood. Still Leeds have it. Harrison again on the right hand side, three in the centre if he can find them. Coming in onto his right foot, Cleek into Rodrigo. They're trying to pick their way through here, Leeds. Rodrigo shoots from the edge of the area straight into the arms of Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah, Chris Wilder's got to make a change here. There's no out ball for them. Look how many bodies are behind the ball, which is great in a sense. You know, they're looking to try and keep hold of this clean sheet, but 20 odd minutes to go. I can't see Sheffield United just being comfortable with defending for the remaining part of this game. They've got to make the substitute.
Well, Billy Sharp will be coming on, I'm sure, next time the ball is out of play. Scooped forward by Cooper. I think now we are going to see that change. It's the number 10, Billy Sharp, coming on for Oliver Burke. Billy Sharp, who had a spell on loan at Leeds back in 2014-15, scored 5 goals in 33 matches. That means he scored more goals against Leeds than he did for them. 7 in total. Looks like David McGoldrick is making his way off as well. Lee McBurney, Leeds born, coming on, so a double change up front from Chris Wilder. Is that the right thing to do, Sean?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, absolutely. Just gives them a little bit more of an attacking threat. 2 fresh faces on the pitch as well.
Yeah, fresh legs leading the line for Sheffield United. He's made all 3 changes now, Chris Wilder. Bielsa still has 1 substitute left. Sanderberg with a cross looking for Sharp straight away. Intercepted by Koch at the near post, and it will be cleared away by Cooper. Little flicked header from Bamford. Falls kindly for Cleek, and he switched the play out to the right hand side. Poveda motoring forward, and Bamford, having started the move, wants to cross in the penalty area. Poveda shoots left footed, and it's well blocked. And then a foul by Phillips and a free kick for Sheffield United. It's a good breakaway that from Leeds.
It was, but with 2 centre forwards in the box, Rodrigo and Bamford, you're so disappointed, aren't you, when you don't get that service from wide areas. I thought he'd just drop his shoulder and put the ball in. He was flying in the box. Leeds United were there.
It's looked lively though, Poveda, since coming on. Keen to make an impression, you feel, to Marcelo Bielsa.
It's a great chance he's been given, isn't it?
Leeds have won 6 of the last 8 top flight meetings between these two. They have 14 minutes to extend that run. That looked like a foul by Cooper on Billy Sharp. Referee actually gives a foul the other way. Sharp trying to win it back, and I think he's just making the point that he was being held. Chris Wilder frustrated as well down on the touchline.
I thought it was a foul. I thought Cooper's gone straight through the back of him, and he's just reacted, hasn't he, Billy Sharp?
In the end, a foul given for his tug down on Stuart Dallas, who, for my money, Sean Derry might be a contender for man of the match. Dallas.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's been fantastic. He's been everywhere, hasn't he? You know, he's been defending in the right areas and joining in the attacks. He's a couple of fantastic individual skill as well, and he's one of them guys, I think, from a managerial point of view, where you just know what you're going to get. You know, he's always going to be that 6.5, 7 out of 10.
Oh, here's McBurney. It was a weak header away by Koch. McBurney into the penalty area. Koch closes the angle. Chance for Osborne to cross low. Turned behind by Ayling. Leeds have a corner. 1 or 2 tired legs out there now.
Yeah, you'd expect so, wouldn't you? You know, this game is it's on a knife edge at the minute.
4 corners apiece. 0-0 the score in this Yorkshire derby between Sheffield United and Leeds. Corner for Sheffield United. Needs a good delivery. It's in towards Sanderberg, who wins the header, but cleared in the end by Cleek. Ampadu trying to keep it alive. It's volleyed away by Rodrigo, and here's Patrick Bamford leading the counter-attack. He's only got Poveda ahead of him. Good run by Harrison to his left. Poveda's going to shoot again from the edge of the area. Another good save from Ramsdale. Punches the ball down. In it comes from Harrison towards Bamford. All hands on deck here for Sheffield United. Ramsdale called into action once again this afternoon. Dallas's cross over the head of Bamford. Actually, Ramsdale almost misjudged it, and in the end didn't know where he was and has to pat it behind for a corner. Needed a shout there, I think, from his defenders.
Yeah, I thought it was a decent ball in by Dallas there. I mean,
it was going wide, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, what's Ramsdale doing there? But the break's brilliant, isn't it? You know, it's gone to Poveda again and got the early shot off, and I thought Ramsdale could have perhaps grabbed hold of that.
12 minutes to go. Corner for Leeds. Attacking the goal away to our left-hand side. Cock is forward. So too is Liam Cooper, looking for a goal on his 200th appearance for the club. Phillips with the delivery, nodded away by McBurney. He's going to come back in, I think, from Dallas, who goes back out to the right-hand side, actually. And Harrison trying to play it down that far touchline, but it was overhit, and it will be a goal kick now, and Bielsa wheels away in frustration. I'd imagine he's a difficult man to please, Marcelo Bielsa.
Oh, you can imagine he scrutinises every single facet of the game, can't you? You know, he'll be delighted, of course, that the team's kept this clean sheet because it's important for him. But from an attacking sense, they've been pretty wasteful at times, Leeds United.
They won their last Yorkshire derby back in 2001 by 6-1 against Bradford City. I think one goal would probably be enough here as we move into the last 11 minutes. Stuart Dallas coming forward down the Leeds left. Possession stats still heavily weighted in Leeds' favour. Phillips inside the centre circle, out to the right and Ayling. Rodrigo's made a run into the area. Bamford coming short, Ayling still has it. Out wide he goes to Poveda. Poveda again cutting infield, just out muscled there by Ender Stevens. Fairly, according to the referee, and Sheffield United have it back now in Norwood. A bit lightweight there from Poveda.
Yeah, he is. He's very lightweight.
Here's McBurney bursting forward towards the penalty area, linking up neatly with Billy Sharp. Sharp just got the ball stuck under his studs, and it's cleared upfield by Robin Koch. Looks like Poveda is limping after that challenge with Stevens. There's an offside flag up here against Bamford, so it's a free kick for Leeds, 10 yards no more inside the Sheffield United half of the field. And it's Ethan Ampadu plays it forward right-footed, headed clear by Harrison, dispossessed by Sander Berg. He wants a free kick, nothing doing, says the referee. And here's Baldock now, just on the edge of the penalty area, left-footed deflects and bounces wide. We had that stinging effort in the first half. Baldock fancied his chances again, but the deflection off his own player, I think, diverted the effort away from goal.
He's impressed me today for Sheffield United, Sander Berg. You know, he's one of these big, unassuming central midfielders who just break play up really nicely and goes under the radar to a degree.
It will be a corner for Sheffield United. I thought the touch was off McBurney, it wasn't. Again, lots of jostling inside the penalty area, and McBurney up for the header. Oh, it's wide, bounces off Robinson and wide for a goal kick. McBurney missed the initial header, and I think it just hit Robinson at the far post and could have gone anywhere. Scoops it wide of goal.
Oh, it's incredible how that's not gone into the Leeds United net. I'll never know. And McBurney's got himself across the face. Oh, it's a terrible, terrible miss by Jack Robinson at the far post.
I don't think he was anticipating it. I think he thought McBurney would win the header. What a chance, though, for Sheffield United to snatch the points late on in this derby match. Here's Sander Berg. Forward it goes by Sheffield United, but Meslier, unchallenged, comes out to the edge of the penalty area and just taps it forward to Robin Koch. Still think we might get a late sting in the tail here. Both sides still pressing forward, looking for a winning goal. Ayling into the feet of Rodrigo, 5 yards outside the area, into Bamford. He didn't continue his run as Bamford just scooped it over the top of the defence and out for a goal kick. And Jack Robinson still holding his head about the chance that he squandered at the other end. Best chance they've created in this second half.
Yeah, he's just hit him in the 6-yard box. He's gone with his non-dominant foot, hasn't he? He's gone with his right foot, and all it needed was a touch, a clear, proper touching, and it would have been 1-0 for Sheffield United. It was a great ball into the box from the corner.
Chris Wilder pensive as he patrols that technical area. Ramsdale with the ball forward, helped on its way, and then Billy Sharp winning the header ahead of Cooper. They have been lively, Sharp and McBurney, since coming on, linking up well. There's two forward changes that Chris Wilder made at the moment, looking like they might pay dividends. Here's McBurney into the penalty area, chance for Baldock. Oh, and he's gone right through on the goalkeeper Meslier. I think it was a genuine attempt to win the ball, but studs was showing, and he has already been booked. George Baldock. Wonder if VAR might take a look at that for dangerous play. McBurney just trying to cut it back for Baldock. His first touch was heavy as he tried to retrieve it. He's caught Meslier in this rib area with the studs.
I think this is a clear yellow card, Alex. I do. The touch took him into the tackle, didn't it? It's a heavy touch and he knew it straight away. I thought he could have come out of that, George Baldock.
Well, Baldock has stayed down. Meslier is back on his feet but receiving treatment. No sign that the referee is going to go to the yellow card, but I agree with Sean Derry. I think anywhere else, and if he'd not already been booked, that would be a definite yellow card for dangerous play. Maybe Baldock is going to escape here. Chris Wilder will claim they were due a change of luck after bemoaning the red card for John Egan at Villa last weekend.
Surprised by a lack of reaction by the Leeds United players. I mean, of course you don't want to see players booked and red carded, but looks like George Baldock's got away with one there, Alex.
Yeah, handshake between the two players, though Meslier was just pointing out that he had no right really to try and make that challenge. It's going to be a free kick, but no booking, no second yellow card for George Baldock. With 5 minutes of this derby match remaining, still 0-0 at Bramall Lane. Rodrigo trying to make a noose of himself on the edge of the area and trying to roll it into Bamford. It was behind Bamford and it's cleared away by Sheffield United. I think he's still coming to terms with the pace of the Premier League, Rodrigo.
I think so, and just like we saw in the first half with McGoldrick and Burke, you know, this partnership between Bamford and Rodrigo just looks a little bit rusty, doesn't it?
Here's Baldock intercepting Dallas on halfway. And it's launched forward by Robinson. Billy Sharp backing into Cock, and Cock comes away with the ball. Here now is Cleek for Leeds. Got a bit of space on that right hand side. He's midway inside Sheffield United territory now. Ayling takes over, crosses looking for Rodrigo. It's nodded away by Ampadu, kept alive by Phillips, who's had another good game in midfield for Leeds. Looks right at home in the Premier League. Here's Poveda in the pink boots down the right hand side. Phillips again takes over into Rodrigo. Rodrigo switches it out to the left-hand side. Harrison, level with the 18-yard line. Sheffield United defending manfully. Dallas shoots for a crowded box, but smothered by Ramsdale. And we have 4 minutes to find a winner. 0-0 the score.
Yeah, they're still probing Leeds United. You can see them. Someone's going to have a chance in this last 5 minutes. A real clear-cut chance. You can just see, you know, there's too many attacking players on the pitch now.
Oh, Ramsdale, he's gone long. He's found Billy Sharp in the area. His shot blocked by Cock, and it falls gratefully into the gloves of Meslier. That was real Route 1 stuff from Sheffield United, but it almost undid Leeds. Forward it goes from Ayling. Both teams going a bit more direct now in these closing stages. Poveda, level with the corner of the penalty area, over on that right touchline. Can't circumnavigate his way past Stevens. It will be a throw. Bielsa barking instructions. Doesn't do his press conferences in English, but does converse with his players in their native tongue. It's going to be a throw in here. Leeds United take midway inside the Sheffield United half. Rodrigo into the path of Dallas. Well forward once again, Dallas from left back. Harrison taking on Baldock, crossing into the area, but swept away by Norwood. Well held up again by Billy Sharp, under pressure from Cooper this time. Sanderberg showed too much of that to Phillips. And here now is Cleek. Scored a couple of goals in the Premier League already, Cleek, and he's played that forward to Rodrigo, out to the left, and Harrison's cross. Bamford with a header, and Bamford wins the derby for Leeds United with 2 minutes remaining. It's a goal that's been 19 years in the making. It's 3-3 for Patrick Bamford, and it's Sheffield United 0, Leeds United 1.
Well, that's exactly what you want from your wide players, is that consistency of ball into the box, and he's pulled on the shoulder of the Sheffield United defenders, and it's a wonderful executed header, isn't it? Patrick Bamford's had a few chances this game, but none more so bigger than that chance there. Great ball by Harrison, and a wonderful header.
Wasn't the cleanest of headers, actually. Almost scuffs off his head and into the corner. But for the first time, Sheffield United switch off in the centre. Rodrigo, holding it up initially, played a big part in the goal. It's a great cross, and Bamford just strokes it beyond Ramsdale into the corner. Leeds United closing in now on their first Premier League away win in 16 years. The reaction from Marcelo Bielsa, crouched on the edge of the technical area with both fists pumping the air. Sheffield United players almost shell-shocked. It's going to be another defeat for them at the start of the season, another game without scoring a goal in the Premier League. Worrying times for Chris Wilder for sure. And here's Rodrigo looking for a second. Just about ball retention now as far as Leeds are concerned. It's cleared upfield by Ender Stevens. Sheffield United have a little over a minute plus stoppage time to rescue a point. Here's Osborne trying to thread it through. Furthest man forward was Chris Basham. He's collected by Meslier, and he's in no rush to get the game restarted.
I think what will frustrate Chris Wilder is the back three. For 88 minutes they've looked pretty secure, Basham, Ampadu and Robinson, but it's a simple ball to defend from a defensive perspective. There's three centre halves there, and all you've got to do is you've got to lock onto your centre forwards, and they didn't do that, Sheffield United.
6 points from 9 will be a very satisfactory return to the top flight for Leeds United, especially considering that they had to go to Anfield on the first day. Here's Dallas, just trying to keep the ball now, Bielsa's side, doing it well. Cleek with a back heel into Harrison. Thought about getting the cross into the air and then turns it back sensibly to Dallas instead. Here is Calvin Phillips, out to the left-hand side. Chipped forward by Dallas. And Sheffield United concede a corner, and Leeds have them exactly where they want them going into stoppage time.
Well, for the last 20 minutes, Leeds United have really got a foothold on this game and scored at just the most amazing time for them. You can't see Sheffield United bouncing back from this. It's such a worrying start for Chris Wilder.
We are into added on time at the end of the game now. Patrick Bamford with his third goal in as many Premier League outings. Looks like he's won the derby. What a start to the season it's been for him. 5 added minutes though for Leeds to hang on to this precious lead, and they're in no hurry at all to take the corner. They're making a change, and it's the sub who is being subbed. Rodrigo making way. Alioski is on.
Oh, that's tough to take. I think Rodrigo's done alright since he's come on. It's obviously tactical. He's not injured. Just seen his face there, very disappointed.
Don't see that too often in the Premier League.
But there's it's always team before self at Leeds United, and that's what it's all about. That's what he's brought into this football club. And there's some weird decisions that he makes at times, Bielsa, but it works for them.
Short corner routine. Bamford into the penalty area, plays it across the face of goal. He took it out of play. Ramsdale wants to take the goal kick quickly and get it forward. He probably doesn't deserve Ramsdale to be on the losing team when you look at the saves that he's made. No chance with a header from Bamford late in the day here. 88 minutes on the clock when he guided it beyond Ramsdale and into that corner. Here is Ramsdale, all in yellow, right-footed ball forward under dreary skies in Sheffield, really echoing the mood of the home team at the start of this Premier League season. There's all kind of unwanted records that they're going to set in terms of successive defeats at the start of the season, successive games without a goal as well. I'm not sure Chris Wilder would want those kind of records, but I know he wouldn't. Here's the blonde-haired Alioski trying to win the ball back from Basham, and does so. Forward it goes from Harrison. Another Leeds player who's had a really good game down this left-hand side, not just with a cross for the goal, but constantly probing the Sheffield United defence. It's out of play. The home team have a throw, and we've played more than 2 minutes of stoppage time.
Well, this young goalkeeper Meslier has been outstanding today. He does deserve to be on a winning team. He really does.
They're not there yet though. Here is Osborne, bringing it down on the edge of the Leeds area into Basham. Osborne's got it back, and he's put the cross straight into the arms of Meslier, and you could hear the groan of frustration from Ben Osborne. Leeds coming forward. don't really need a second goal, but they will try and exploit Sheffield United as they commit body forwards. Alioski with a back heel. Here now is Harrison in the left wing position. 2 minutes just over remaining of added on time. Sheffield United 0, Leeds 1 here on Premier League Live. We've got Spurs against Newcastle coming up next. What a day in the Premier League. Forward it goes from Meslier. One back inside the centre circle by Ollie Norwood. Sheffield United have to get it forward here with Stevens. Finds Ampadu on halfway. Leeds holding their shape well late in the day. The sun pokes from behind the clouds above Bramall Lane. Storm clouds certainly gathering as far as Chris Wilder is concerned. Liam Cooper is down on his haunches for Leeds, and Bielsa just bellowing and urging his side forward for one last effort.
Great scene there by Marcelo Bielsa. I mean, he's 94th minute and he's berating his centre forward, I think there, Patrick Bamford, for not grabbing hold of the ball and keeping it in the final third.
And Bamford has made the type of start to the season that Tiemu Pukki made for Norwich last year. Pukki couldn't keep it going. Leeds fans will be hoping Bamford can. We're into the final 60 seconds of added on time. It's launched forward towards the corner and Bamford. Dallas trying to win it back for Leeds. It's forward from Sander Berg. He's off the pitch, Berg back in play now. Well, shackled by Alioski, but it is a throw in for Sheffield United. Sander Berg will take. It's now or never as far as the Blades are concerned. Ampadu out-muscled by Patrick Bamford, and then it's switched out to the left-hand side looking for Bamford. It's out of play. Another throw. The time no longer on Sheffield United's side. Hasn't been really since Bamford opened the scoring in the 88th minute. A real smash and grab from Leeds United in this derby, but probably over the course of the 95 minutes the best team are winning, Sean.
I think so. Yeah, you'd suggest so. They've really... and they have won.
There goes the full-time whistle. Leeds United mark the return of a Yorkshire derby to the Premier League fixture list in winning fashion. Patrick Bamford with the only goal ahead of 2 minutes from time. 3-3 for him. And it means for Chris Wilder and Sheffield United 3 successive defeats at the start of a league campaign for only the third time in their history. Also the first time they failed to score in any of their opening 3 matches. Grim reading as far as the home team are concerned, but Leeds United's seamless return to the Premier League continues. It finishes Sheffield United 0, Leeds United 1. Harrison's cross, Bamford with a header, and Bamford wins the derby for Leeds United. For Patrick Bamford, and it's Sheffield United 0, Leeds United 1.
Well, that's exactly what you want from your wide players, is that consistency of ball into the box, and he's pulled on the shoulder of the Sheffield United defenders, and it's a wonderful executed header, isn't it? Patrick Bamford's had a few chances this game, but none more so bigger than that chance there. Great